Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm trying to learn Java completely from ChatGPT. And this is the video where I will review 50 days of learning Java from ChatGPT. Now, I won't be reviewing fully 50 days because I already reviewed 25 days. So I'm just going to continue off where I left off basically. So, I have some key takeaways now that I've been doing it for 50 days, not just 25. And you can kind of see how I went through my journey a little bit more and how I got these takeaways. Around the 25-day mark, I was getting pretty confident in my Java skills, so I decided to work on a checker project, which I eventually gave up because it was way too hard to use Java Swing components. I was trying with all possible chatbots, it just didn't seem to work. I couldn't add quick attributes, and I just didn't know how to communicate well enough, give the context I needed. And it seemed simply that the code I was using didn't work. So yeah, I abandoned that. Instead, I decided to go back to what I was doing the series for, to study for APCS. Because in APCS, you were in Java. So I decided to get a head start. So I decided to just go check off some APCS Java skills. And I went through linked lists. But we'll be back there, don't worry. And then I started to do some Java online quizzes, because obviously I was doing a lot of quizzes for ChatGPT. It's just that I wasn't so certain on how hard they were. For example, Bing AI kept on giving me some AP tests, APCS mock exams, except they were extremely easy. Like really easy, to the point where I had struggled believing. To the point where I was struggling to believe that they were actually AP standard. In which it said that would give it around 8 out of 10 on accuracy, but I'm not sure if that should be lower. Anyways, eventually I got some more interview questions because I decided that instead of doing the simple multiple choice and stuff like that, or what does this do, I decided to do some interview questions. So one of them was reversing a linked list. Anyways, we can go through some other stuff. So basically, I am doing more quizzes in which I have some careless mistakes, such as mixing up generics and interfaces, because I've never really used them and I don't really see a point of using them, so I just mix them up. I decided to just continue with more problems because I feel like at this point I don't know what to do to improve my Java skills. I didn't want to work on a project again because last time I did that, I had to struggle with the checkers game, and I just thought I'm just gonna stack on my skills even more, which obviously is the wrong idea. I'll get to why that is. So at this point, I'm thinking, dang, I really need a project. I'm sick of doing these interview questions problems. I'm not sure if it's even improving my skills at this point. So I decided to work on Hangman, and I ended up spending not too much time on coding itself. But I was able to still communicate with the chatbot to get some additional information on new stuff I haven't learned, such as using the file reader class and string builders. Not only that, I tried to break my own program, except Bing AI itself or any of the chatbots were not able to do that, which I find very unfortunate. It was also not able to debug one of the problems in which my recursive function didn't return itself being called instead of just called itself again, which is obviously not what I wanted to do, but I somehow wasn't able to know that, sat and started to blame it on the scanner. Which is one of those times in which I'm not sure if it's a lack of context because I gave it the output and everything, but that's just something you're gonna have to deal with AIs, is that sometimes they'll simply be wrong, and it's just hard to steer them in the right direction. So currently I just finished my Hangman game. I'm pretty satisfied with it, and right now I'm working on Blackjack, in which I experienced some pretty interesting stuff about object-oriented programming, mostly because there's a lot of boilerplate, especially when your main class for something like a deck of cards is something you're only going to use once, and it becomes really annoying with all the stuff that comes with it, such as encapsulation that you might not even want. But again, that takes me to the key takeaways. If you want to learn Java, using a chatbot indeed will help. Now, it is not the traditional method. I do believe you can still learn from YouTube. But whether or not you learn from YouTube or ChatGPT, there's one thing for sure. Do projects. The reason why you should do projects is, first of all, it helps with your problem solving skills. Not only that, it forces you to actually use the skills you learned. It also learns new skills. For example, during my Hangman game, I learned the string builder and the file system. That was very important. And I bet I will probably use string builders and the file system later because it's very important. Something I didn't know until starting that project. Sometimes you just have to accept that the AI just can't get something right, and it can get extremely frustrating talking to it. And I highly recommend what you do is simply look it up, because you should not try to learn Java completely from ChatGPT. Resources from actual humans can be so much more useful. I've gotten some extremely helpful comments so far, and they have helped me 2 times more than a bot ever could, because humans are just simply better at understanding common problems and how to fix them. So yeah, Stack Overflow is your friend if you know how to navigate it well. It's simply online resources and YouTube videos can be a lot more useful than AIs, but obviously AIs come with their own features, considering is that it can basically be your private tutor, because YouTube videos are all pre-recorded. You can't really ask people how to do stuff. So that's one reason why I tried using AI, and I found it pretty useful to use it that way, except still it would get stuck. So you got some trade-offs. And overall, I still had a positive experience, and I'm glad I did it. Not only have I learned Java, I've also learned a lot of simply talking to an AI. And that's a skill we're probably going to need in the future. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and hope you subscribe. I really appreciate that. Anyways, bye-bye.